So another thing that's really useful is to use a secondary axis sometimes. So you have one y-axis for one data series and then another one for another, and I'll give you an example where this is very useful. So let's just insert a column here. So I click there, right click, insert. I've put new numbers in because I wanted these all to be quite large and not move very much. And then, so this is our balance at the end of each month in our bank account, and here we have the movement. So we do equals up arrow minus the previous month. So that has moved minus $42 from $993 to $950. And then if I just drag that across, copies that, we have the movement per month. And the maximum movement is minus 107. So let's just start by creating another chart. So insert, let's do a line chart like that. Let's home, cut, paste, and make it a bit bigger. And let's call this cash flow. But it's not really, it's just cash balance movements. So we'll call this. One of the problems with this is that these are really small at the bottom, so you can't really see the differences in movement so much because it's all small and squashed up. So we might want to use a secondary axis in this case. So let's go into change chart type, and you see at the bottom here it's got combo. There we go. So we've got, because we're really mixing two different types of data up, the balance is what you have in hard cash in your bank statement, and the movement is just the change between them. So you can't really compare the two, although it is useful to show them on the same graph. So that's why it's useful to show one type as a bar and the other type as a line, to just accentuate the fact that there are different types of data. And as you can see, there we are. So you can just click that at the top, and that's created a secondary axis. It's just ticked that box, which is what we're trying to do. And that, let's click on OK so you can see it better. And that is a lot more meaningful because you can just see, the difference in July and June. It's gone up from 850 to 975, so it's gone up like about 100, just over 100. And that is on the right hand side, that is just over 100. So, and as you can see, the bars start at 800 because all that information, since it's above 800 every single month, it's redundant to really show. Can't really see the movements so well if you have all the other from 0 to 800 as well. It's all sort of squashed up. I'll show it next to it so you can see the differences between them. Let's move this one back to the old way of doing it, which was chart design. We had chart type. We just had a line like that, didn't we? So I think the one on the right is a lot more meaningful. And the only problem is this sort of brown on white, I don't think it's very visible. So I click on it, and you can see here it's got plot series on secondary axis, which is what we want. And as you also notice, it's got 0 up right in here because it's sometimes negative, sometimes positive. So let's just change the fill or the line color. Let's just make it really thick. See, it's got the width here 2.25. Let's just really increase that so it's a lot more. There we go. It's a lot more perfect. That's really good. And we could also change, if we wanted, we could change the color to red so it really is visible. Yeah, I think that's a great graph. And I used to, when I was an accountant, I used to prepare cash flow forecast for my boss and the board every month. and I used to do something like this, and they used to really like it. So the forecast would be, maybe the last month end was June. This would all be actuals, and then from July onwards this would be my forecast cash figures, and we could just see how it moved, the projected movement every month.